Hey everybody, it's Chainsaw Reacts back once again, another reaction for you guys. Today guys, of course, here continuing the journey of the Batman. This is the Batman Season 3, Episode 12, titled The Icy Depths. That word, depths, like it just feels weird when I say that word, so anyways, that's the episode title. We're getting close to the end of Season 3. This is the penultimate episode, the episode before the finale of Season 3 of the Batman. It's kind of crazy how far we've come along on this journey, because I remember when the show got voted on, and it almost won the poll with Ben 10, and then I decided, you know what, I'm going to go with it because it was winning in second place. I was expecting it to actually win that poll, but Ben 10 was winning the whole entire time. So it's crazy now to see how far we've come, and of course, including seeing how the city has really turned and has appreciated Bruce, of course, as Batman. They don't know that Bruce is Batman, but they have started to turn a corner, and that's mainly due to Jim Gordon and then Barbara Gordon being introduced. And now, at the end of the last episode, she was finally accepted as Batman's sidekick, which is phenomenal. It's something I've been waiting for because he's been kind of a dick to her. And she made a point to point out in front of the villain, Maximilian Zeus, that yeah, I'm not really part of the sidekick thing. I'm not really in the loop and all that kind of stuff. And he's like, damn it. She's got a point. Plus, she really ultimately saved the day. She freaking flew, I almost said drove, but she flew the new Olympus or whatever, that machine, that vehicle, into the harbor away from all the buildings. So yeah, she deserves the Batwave, deserves a new utility belt and all that, and it's amazing. I love it, and I cannot wait to see what they do in this episode. So here we go, guys. Let's get into now episode 12, The Icy Depths. That word. Anyways, let's go.
50. Do I hear 55?
I think I recognize her from
60.
other episodes.
60. A buck 50.
I'm not surprised. I knew he was going to show up. Of course he's there.
Going back to Arkham.
Good maneuver.
What do you know? A sunshade to keep me.
I thought that was Batman for a second. It did that.
I stole it first.
I really didn't think Icy Depths meant that Mr. Freeze would show up, but hey. What are you, Iceman? Here he comes. Oh! Why do you want the umbrella? What's so special about it? Who's this dude? I know he was auctioning for the thing, but yeah. Has it been since season 2 since we've seen Mr. Freeze?
It's mine.
I guess he doesn't actually need the umbrella.
Why isn't it here?
Where's it at? Okay, who are you? Who is this dude?
Alfie Pennyworth. Well,
What?
did you recognize me? You've done well.
Why
for
did...
yourself,
That's not his house, but why did you want that?
So, how long has it been?
36 years. What brings you to Gotham City, Ewan?
I've come to find out one of the only known copies of a very rare book I need for my research is said to be in the Wayne collection.
Making a cast of it. That's why he actually didn't need it. So he needed whatever the jewel or something was.
Level 4. Tunnel 22. Good show.
Don't... Oh, you're an asshole.
You must be Ewan.
Yeah,
Great to meet
you
an
just
old
fucked
friend of
that book
ours.
up.
Many thanks.
Go ahead, Alfred. Take the afternoon off.
He doesn't want him to go.
Yes.
You pilfered that page from Master Bruce.
Nearly through, old chum.
I demand to know just what kind
Yeah,
of
what are you searching
artifacts
for?
We're looking for.
Yeah.
Treasure.
Know that crest?
See?
The Cobblepots.
Oh, it makes sense. Okay. Am I really that surprised the Cobblepot stole some treasure?
But for what? A Chesterfield Cobblepot stole the treasure in 1879 and
Show us.
smuggled it here to Gotham.
Well, wonder no more, Pennyworth.
Lost fire. He's gonna see the page is ripped. Yep.
Ewan.
He walked up when he did it. Go, go.
Alfred.
It's not just an umbrella.
It's a key.
It's a key.
Oh. Mr. Freeze already got there. Yep, Mr. Freeze got there. Locked him up in there. Just leave him in there.
That was good, Alfie.
I'll get him.
Bomb?
The lighthouse?
Explosion, that's what it means. Yep.
Where is it?
Careful. Hopefully. I don't know.
Another treasure hunter.
Sure.
I think you do.
He actually doesn't. Hopefully Bruce is tracking Alfred because he's not there anymore in the tunnel or whatever. This is so weird that he's not working with Mr. Freeze, but yeah. Of course he's in a boat. Oh my god. This is so weird.
It shall be the spot of your watery grave, Penguin.
Oh, never mind. He stopped you. He found you. He's freezing the whole entire... Oh boy. What are you going to do now? Also, no Batgirl? Disappointing, but... Oh, of course you can heat up, of course. Holy crap. Just burst through, who cares?
But the treasure, Batman, is down there, and I must recover it.
The treasure ship.
Whoa.
Wow.
It's a lot of treasure. I want some.
Tudor Royal Diamonds.
Fire. Ooh. Of course he dives in. It's not over.
How pretty. Why won't you stay melted?
I thought you should just freeze in place. Never mind.
Bring it.
Oh shit, okay. Let's do this. Of course he's sneaking in while the fighting is going on.
What are you doing?
Uh-oh. Something's happening to the ship. Uh-oh. Okay, now he's... Even though we knew his true intentions, now we know.
No fair.
Well, you just had an electrical freaking umbrella. How are they gonna get out of there?
Maybe we should split the treasure.
It's all split up. All that treasure. So is it all gonna be recovered? Off into the sunset. The episode's how it makes so much sense now, and I think for two reasons. I think mainly the first reason is because the fact that the treasure they're hunting, which I was quite surprising that they're hunting treasure in this episode, but okay, they're hunting treasure, is in the depths of the Gotham Harbor, which of course is iced over by Mr. Freeze, and I think maybe Icy Depths was referring to the actual treasure deep in the Gotham Harbor, the ocean, whatever. I was trying to think of the words. And it's now frozen over, of course, by Mr. Freeze, and they go down to the icy depths to hopefully retrieve the treasure. Of course, they do not. They fail. So we had Ewan, this guy that was bidding for this special umbrella that had a code, a map, all that, and some sort of jewel or something on the end of it. And I'm like, an umbrella? Penguin's going to show up. And of course, Penguin shows up. Not because it's an umbrella, but it's something specific. And of course, they tied in later in regards to his family. Because somebody over 100 years ago in his family, a Cobblepot family, stole the treasure that they were hunting. So this Ewan guy was, of course, bidding for it. And then when the whole thing went down where Mr. Freeze shows up as well, because he wants the treasure as well, I'm not really exactly sure why he's wanting to... Cobblepot, it makes sense because of the family ties and everything in terms of someone in his family stole the treasure originally. But Mr. Freeze, I don't remember exactly, I don't think they actually explained it. They just had him, because it's been associating the character in the show. So, okay, it's cool to see him. I like the design of it. Of course, he's given ice puns, of course. Have an ice day or something like that. Okay. Anyways, it is what it is. It's definitely better than Batman and Robin in terms of how that was handled by Arnold Schwarzenegger. But anyways, not the point. So, we have all this going on. And Ewan gets the umbrella when there's a little fight at the beginning of the episode, which I felt like the second fight, especially in the ship later between Batman, Mr. Freeze, and Penguin, was good. I'll talk about that in a second. So, or a little bit. Anyways, so Ewan gets the actual umbrella itself, and Mr. Freeze actually doesn't need the umbrella because there was an imprint in ice, and he makes a clay model or something of it so he can see the 3 numbers that's needed to kind of help solve the puzzle. And I wasn't expecting Ewan to show up at Wayne Manor to talk with Alfred. He actually's known Alfred, and I think they haven't spoken or something for over 30 years, like 36 or 35 years, something like that. I'm like, that's a long time. And the guy doesn't look that old. And Alfred, I can tell, but this guy, I don't know, he doesn't look that old, but anyways. So he, of course, just happenstance to be in Gotham. He happily needs to look at a book that's in the Wayne archives, and of course he rips the page out, and it's like the 3 numbers on the umbrella like relate to the page number and the section and the actual tunnel itself or something. He rips the page out, and then he's like, "Well, Alfred, I'm sorry you can't come along." Bruce's like, "Sure, Alfred, take the day off. Go treasure hunting with an old friend. Hope you guys don't have to wait too much, that long again to do something." Ewan doesn't want Alfred to go. He's like, whatever, I guess. He's playing it up because, he really didn't want him to go. And Alfred, over the episode, kind of learns who Ewan really is. And I think it was kind of obvious from the beginning Ewan was not going to be a trustworthy or a good character. Ultimately, he has bad intentions because, of course, he was like, well, I bet you partake in some of the richer stuff that the Waynes have in the silver and all that kind of stuff. Alfred's like, no, I don't take anything from Bruce or anything like that. And he's like, sure, whatever. Because he was implying he's going to keep this treasure. He's going to keep some of it or something. He's going to keep it for himself, proving he's not a good guy. Kind of figured that was going to happen. I think that they maybe could have done a little bit more with maybe having Ewan maybe not exactly reveal his true intentions, even though it was kind of obvious at the beginning what he was doing. But in terms of he's really not that good of a guy, maybe there could have been maybe a little bit more of a conversation, because he was kind of controlling the conversation when he walked into Wayne Manor talking to Alfred. I kind of wish maybe they could have, I don't know, played up his character a little bit more in terms of making him seem like a good guy and then he goes bad. Or he kind of reveals his true intentions. I don't know. It was also kind of bizarre at a point where they're in the tunnels. Of course, Penguin figures out that it's a key. The handle of the actual umbrella that, of course, Ewan was bidding on and everything. It's a key to open the door. There's no treasure. And then Mr. Freeze finds Alfred with the umbrella. And it's weird to see Alfred was in the light tower. Is it a light tower? I think there's another name for it, actually. Lighthouse, yes. And so it's weird seeing Alfred try to figure this out with Mr. Freeze standing there, just kind of strange seeing them together, these two characters. It's just bizarre. But then he turns on the searchlight, the spotlight, and he's able to connect all the different monuments, and then X marks the spot within the harbor itself. It's in the water. And I thought it was funny because then you cut to Ewan, who's driving a boat and has Penguin there with the scuba diving outfits. This is becoming a weird episode. It's so weird how there's these little team ups, even though it really wasn't a team up between Alfred and Mr. Freeze. It was still weird, right? And then I love how Batman, he gets notified on the Batwave when Penguin first shows up in the tunnel when they find the door, which is this is so obvious something's behind this door. There's the Cobblepot plaque or whatever, and these gold looking doors or whatever. Of course something's gonna be behind it, but he doesn't show up until they're actually out in the water. Because usually Batman gets there so quick when the Batwave's called. It took him a while to show up. Where's he at? What's going on? And he finally does show up. I love how he bursts through the freaking ice. Because I guess his scuba, not scuba, I guess a submarine vehicle. I forget exactly what he calls it. I think he called it something. I can't remember the name of it, but it literally heats up. It's every single thing that may happen to Batman or even one of his vehicles, there's a failsafe for it, just in case. And so he bursts through the ice, and then he goes down in there. And I love how Penguin, of course, typical Penguin, like Scrooge McDuck, jumps into the freaking diamonds and all that. He jumps through the treasure, jumps in. The fight between Mr. Freeze and Penguin and Batman, even though it was kind of brief, we cut away from it for a bit for Ewan to kind of really reveal himself in regards to sneaking in and trying to get the treasure and everything. Alfred, of course, follows him. But that fight between Batman, Mr. Freeze, and Penguin was awesome. It was probably the highlight of the episode. It was so cool, even though it was brief. I wish we would have seen more of that, because it was cool seeing where it wasn't just Mr. Freeze and Penguin kind of on a team against Batman. It was literally all three of them. It's like a free-for-all. Literally, Batman's fighting both of them. Penguin's trying to stop Mr. Freeze from taking the treasure, stopping Batman from taking him back to Arkham, because he did say that in the beginning of the episode. And Mr. Freeze, of course, is trying to stop Penguin from taking the treasure for himself and stopping Batman from stopping him. So it was interesting to kind of see this dynamic, because literally when villain team ups happen, it's the hero against all the villains or the heroes against the villains. It was kind of cool to see where we had a hero going against two villains and two villains are actually going against each other and also the hero as well. So there's a lot going on there, but I really wish we would have seen more of it. But it was cool to see it, brief as it was. Anything in particular? Well, I did mention that it was kind of weird having, because we literally just had an episode where Batgirl Barbara becomes now officially the sidekick with the new utility belt and everything. I said in the intro, new utility belt, new batarang or grapple hook or whatever, and then she also gets the Batwave. So I guess she wasn't notified of this because Alfred did hit it. So I'm curious, with her Batwave device, does she get notified every time the Batwave goes off? Like, was she notified when Alfred hit it? Like, we didn't, nothing. Maybe they'll explain that exactly, like when she gets notified of something. I don't know, because we're not seeing her, and also we're not seeing Jim. But I guess the way the story was kind of formatted, things moving at a very fast pace, I guess having Jim in the episode would have, I guess, maybe slowed it down or something. I'm not really sure, because the last episode, Maximilian Zeus, it kind of made sense for him to be in the episode, especially with how the entirety of Gotham was about to be taken over by this guy who thinks he's the new Zeus and everything, and he's going to rule over as an emperor of the Gotham. But I guess in this episode, the way it was structured, I guess involving the police, everything, I guess it just would have kind of slowed things down. But at the end of the day, I think we'll see them in the finale, because the next episode is the season 3 finale. So I think we'll see Jim and especially Barbara. We better see them again in the finale, because it's the finale of the season. Like, we need to see them, it's important. But yes, overall, this was an interesting episode. I wasn't sure where we were going with it in regards to the episode title, but having Penguin and Mr. Freeze, like, I like the fact that there's episodes of this show. Number one kind of throws me off in regards to treasure hunting. Okay, because the last episode, literally, I saw Maximilian Zeus had a guy who was running for mayor, and he kind of figured he was going to lose, and he creates this new, like, floating vehicle, and it's massive, and he destroys City Hall with it, and he's going to take over as the Emperor of Gotham, the new Zeus. Like, he was going to be, it's just new Olympus and all this. Like, he was just going crazy. And in the next episode I watched now, treasure hunting. From a treasure that was stolen over 100 years ago by a former Cobblepot, a Cobblepot, and Penguin kind of knows about and everything, and Mr. Freeze is involved, like, but also, too, my point is that we have these kind of bizarre, like plot lines, bizarre things that occur, and we also have moments where we have villains that appear in an episode like this that are kind of interesting. Like, because I don't think Penguin and Mr. Freeze have they met before? They might have actually met before. I can't remember, because Penguin's actually appeared quite a bit, just like Joker in this show. So maybe they have met once. I just can't remember, because Mr. Freeze hasn't appeared as much as Penguin, clearly. I know he met Firefly. I'm trying to think of anybody else he met. I don't know. But regardless, it was interesting to kind of see them going against each other looking for the treasure. Cobblepot seemed like he had more of a reason to. Mr. Freeze, like I mentioned, I don't think he had a reason. But whatever, because it's the Batman. The show likes to be weird, and it likes to give us some weird things, and hey, treasure hunting. Indiana Jones, that's kind of an adventure, not really Indiana Jones-esque, but still, hey, why not? Because now we can say, there was a treasure hunting episode in the Batman. So, what you guys think of the episode? I'm curious to know your thoughts, guys. Whatever thoughts you have, please let me know in the comments below. Hope you guys enjoyed the video. I will talk to you guys soon. Next week is the finale of the Batman Season 3. I cannot wait, guys. Talk to you guys soon. Peace out.